Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here. Yesterday on Memorial Day, I was out in the backyard watering some new plants we picked up. Now, if you live in Central Texas, you know that plants live a pretty rough life here. One year it's an ice storm. Fast forward a few months and it's triple digit heat and 3 straight months without rain. Half the battle isn't growing, it's surviving long enough to grow at all. While I was out there, I was looking at one of our cactus plants. We've got 3 of them. Now, a few years ago, the hard freeze absolutely destroyed, well, all of them. One has come back a little bit. One came back and then died off and then came back, and now we've replanted it in the side yard. It's still kind of iffy, but this one, I mean, at the time, looked like it was just hanging on. It had, you know, 2 nopales left. Those are the paddles. We cut away everything that was dead and just left these 2 sickly little strugglers, and we were hoping for the best. Well, today that cactus is thriving. It's enormous now. It's bigger than the original ever was. Right now it's covered in blooms, new growth. If you walked into that backyard today, you would never know at one point it was reduced to that tiny little sickly plant just trying to stay alive that it once was. People are a lot like that cactus. Life is going to freeze us all sooner or later. Sometimes it's failure, sometimes it's burnout, sometimes it's health problems, financial stress, disappointment, divorce, grief, layoffs, or the accumulated wear and tear that comes with being an adult for a while. Like Indiana Jones says, it's not the years, it's the mileage. But this is the part you need to understand. Sometimes all you need is really one healthy piece left standing, one bit of discipline, one piece of hope, one sliver of faith, one small bit of fight left in you. And that's enough to keep growing, to start growing again. Now, right next to that cactus was another plant with a completely different problem. It's not frozen, it's not neglected, it's actually healthy enough that it's outgrown the pot that it's living in. Its own roots are choking it. While I was out in the backyard thinking about these plants, my wife was on the phone talking to a friend who's looking for a new job and trying to figure out how to use leave time for interviews. And it got me to thinking, not every change in life happens because something is broken. Sometimes we just outgrow where we are. We outgrow environments. We outgrow routines. We outgrow fears, habits, and sometimes even the version of ourselves that we got comfortable being. You may recall I went through a rough spot a while back where I'd gotten laid off for the job that I took after I left where I was very comfortable working at the Cairo board. And I second guessed myself a lot when I left there. Second myself a ton when I got laid off from the job that I left the Cairo board for. Sometimes we stay in our little box because it feels safe there. The problem is eventually the box that once protected your growth can start limiting it. You stop learning, you stop adapting, you stop pushing yourself, you stop growing. Sometimes the answer is not to work harder. Sometimes you need a bigger pot. That's where I am now. I'm really looking forward to the next several months because I've worked in and around legislature and making laws and rewriting and all of that. But there's going to be some new things that I'm going to be trying, and I'm so pumped about them all because I outgrew the pot. I didn't even know it. So remember this: hard seasons don't automatically mean permanent failure. Resilience is not just surviving, it's growing again. Some people they never see the freeze that killed somebody else's momentum or confidence. So look for that in your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers. Comfort and stagnation often look very similar. And if your environment is limiting your growth, maybe you need to change environments. So go out there today, knock the cover off the ball, and be like that cactus. Grow, thrive, be bigger than anybody thought you ever would be. That's today's Red Mic message. Hope you found it interesting or helpful. I hope you're able to put some of these things in place in your own life. Before we leave this morning, I wanted to remind you, if you are in Texas, today you can go vote. It is the primary runoff day. Whether you vote in the Republican primary or the Democrat primary, yes, it makes a difference to me, but go vote the way you see fit. Now, if you voted in the regular primary, you'll have to vote in that same party's runoff. If you didn't vote in the primary, first of all, shame on you, but you're not over. If you didn't vote in the primary, you can vote in either runoff. It's all up to you. So think about it, think hard, make well-reasoned decisions, and go vote. Vote your conscience. Otherwise, you got no place to complain later, right? Win, lose, or draw. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.